Hi, welcome to Golf Training Hacks. After a round or a range session, do you get a stiff back? Or worse, maybe some back pain? And are you losing distance on your driver? Well, that's a pretty common complaint for many golfers, especially as you get older. Now, it's no surprise that those two issues are related, right? If you have a bad back, it's tough to increase your driving distance. So it also wouldn't be a surprise that to fix those two issues, the answer could be found in the same place. But what is a surprise is that the answer to fixing those two issues might be found in increasing your torso stiffness. Now that doesn't sound right. Increasing stiffness, how does that improve your golf swing? How does that improve your driving distance? Well, let's talk about why that might be your solution. In a previous video, I talked about why getting just the right amount of torso stiffness can help you increase your driving distance because it helps produce maximum power. The key point to that video is that you need to tune up your reflexive strength so creating a stiffened torso becomes a reflexive response to your golf swing. So check out that video if you'd like to learn more about why stiffening your torso is so important to increasing your driving distance. In this video, let's talk about why reflexively stiffening your torso is so important to reducing back injuries from golf. There's lots of force in the golf swing. That's why it's so important to keep a neutral, stable spine during your golf swing. Because a neutral, stable spine is the spine position that buffers force best, so it keeps your back safe. Now, a neutral spine has some extension in your lower back, some flexion in your upper back, and some extension in your neck. Not too much or not too little. And you certainly don't want to be stuck in flexion or extension. A healthy spine has adequate mobility. But that's tough for a lot of recreational golfers because they have poor everyday posture. They just can't create and maintain a neutral, stable spine in everyday life. So if you can't do it in everyday life, it's really tough to do it during a golf swing. Leaving postural issues aside, the muscles of the torso need to reflexively co-contract to provide stability and support to the spine. Now, because the golf swing needs to be a fluid, relaxed motion, the issue really is, how much stiffness do you need to create while still enabling the swing to be very relaxed and fluid? And also, how do you create an increased pulse of stiffness just at the point of impact so you can deliver maximum energy into the ball? Now, clearly, you can't think your way through a golf swing. You can't consciously calibrate just enough stiffness at just the right times throughout the swing. It's just too fast. That's why the muscles of the torso need to reflexively co-contract during the golf swing. Now, it's not just the sequencing of the co-contractions of the muscles in your torso that are important. It's also the strength and the balance of the strength. If there's weakness at particular segments in your spine, that's going to be an injury risk. Now, here's a great way to think about it. From the premier expert on backs, Dr. Stuart McGill. He compares your spine to a fishing pole. Now, if you had a fishing pole with the butt end on the floor and you press that top of the pole, just a little bit of pressure is going to buckle the fishing pole. But if you take wires and put wires equally around the pole from the top to the bottom with equal tension, when you press that rod, the rod is not going to bend. But if you take one of those wires and loosen it, then press the rod, well, that rod's going to bend and buckle at the point where you've loosened the wire. Well, that's your spine. If you have weakness in a particular segment of your spine, a particular vertebral joint, and you put pressure on that spine, well, there's going to be excess movement at the point of weakness. So that's going to create an injury risk. This all means that the muscles of the torso need to respond reflexively with a sequencing of co-contractions that have no weak links in that chain. Now, because the golf swing is so rapid, the neuromuscular system needs to anticipate the sequencing patterns and respond reflexively with just the right amount of calibration of stiffness at just the right times in the golf swing. To accomplish this, you need reflexive strength. Reflexive strength is your neurological system's ability to anticipate and respond to movement. Now, the key word is anticipate. When your reflexive strength is tuned up, your neurological system has encoded the firing patterns for a variety of movements that can produce force and power while stabilizing your spine. So when you're practicing your golf swing, your neurological system simply has to make adjustments to the firing patterns, to the encoding that's there, to accommodate the forces in a golf swing. So when your reflexive strength is tuned up, you already have the neurological framework and the muscular strength to make those firing patterns work. Unfortunately, a lot of recreational golfers just don't have their reflexive strength tuned up. But fortunately, there are exercises that can tune up your reflexive strength. In upcoming videos, we're going to go over a variety of movements that can help you improve your reflexive strength. Thanks for watching. And don't forget, we not only want you to play better golf, but we want you to move better and feel better every day so you can play the best golf of your life for the rest of your life.